How's it going, everybody? Welcome to OP Entertainment. I'm Omar Darwish.
And I'm Pratik Cherian.
And this is our review of Blue Beetle right on time, right before it comes out. We're a little late on this one. We're still going to go spoiler-free, though, just in case.
We're still probably putting it out before 90% of the Yeah.
Based on the box office, nobody's seen this. Nobody's seen this yet. So you guys came to us. You want to know, should we go see this movie? I think I can fully say definitely yes. I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. Pratik.
9-year-old me loved this movie. 9-year-old me is ecstatic. This is his favorite movie. 32-year-old me, not quite so much, but...
I kind of agree with you. I do think if I was a kid, I would have enjoyed this a lot more.
This is one of those movies, and I don't say this this might be the first movie where I've said this for. This should have been marketed as a kid's movie. This should have been a kid's movie. They should have made this a kid's movie.
Look, if you liked Spy Kids, you'll like this.
Yeah,
right?
No, that's very fair.
And I think if you're an adult who watched Spy Kids as a kid and enjoyed it, I think you'll enjoy this. And you still enjoy Spy Kids, I think you'll enjoy this.
Minus the nostalgia factor.
Yeah. It's no nostalgia, but it's still... This movie... Here's what this movie has. It has part of a great cast. It has a lot of heart. And I think that alone is what kind of elevates a poor script and kind of a unoriginal story and kind of some unoriginal action. Some action was kind of good, but it elevates it to being much better than it had any business being for me. Because I thought if you like Disney Channel original movies from back in the day, this really felt like a good Disney Channel original movie. I definitely see why this was a streaming movie.
This is Ant-Man if they made Ant-Man for Disney Channel. Yes,
I could literally put any comic book movie in a hat and be like, this is, and pull it out.
There's definitely
this is Iron Man 2. Tell me why it is. Go. You know what I mean?
Iron Man 2 is a fantastic movie.
What I'm saying is, it's elements of almost every comic book movie.
I think to compare and contrast it, we said something similar about Black Adam, but Black Adam had no heart to it.
Yeah.
So it was it.
Black Adam's like if Nolan wrote it. It was cold and just soulless and no feeling to any of the words or dialogue being spoken.
Black Adam is like if AI wrote. Yeah.
I will get to one. I will get to a couple gripes.
Sure.
Number one, if you came to this movie...
I'll say this. I'll say this because you touched on this a little bit. Heart of this movie. I do think that how you feel about the Reyes family in this will make or break the movie for you.
Yes.
Because they really center it around that family unit, and I think that's both to the movie's credit and also maybe to its detriment.
Without going into my gripe that I was about to go into, I think that the family is what works the best, but it almost feels like who's the kid that plays Jaime?
Zolo. I don't know.
That's already we'll put it. I think it's Zolo something. Anyway, he's so good that I thought to myself, is this his actual family that, other than George Lopez clearly, that they just brought in because they have such great chemistry with him? I don't know how well everyone is acting, especially maybe the grandma. In certain
this is where we get into the this is a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah, the acting isn't really there, but the love between the family is there, and I'm that almost matters more to me than their ability to read lines.
I think maybe it's because my introduction to him was in Cobra Kai
to Zolo.
Yeah,
okay.
and I feel like he was younger, and also it felt more real in Cobra Kai, and maybe I'm just making a bad comparison.
Yeah, but I haven't seen Cobra Kai, to be fair, but I've heard it's nothing but camp and cheese and not real. So
all right. Well,
I haven't seen it, so I'm not.
Cobra Kai is one I will go to the mat for.
I'm
so
sure
let's
it's
not
good.
Do that.
I'm sure it's good, but look,
but go on. What you were saying?
What I'm trying to say is that I feel like the love and chemistry I felt between the family was so strong that it overpowered some of the dialogue and acting capabilities of some of the family. The woman who plays the love interest, I can't think of her name. Man, some of her lines are really bad, and I'm thinking to myself, the script is bad, it's not her, but her acting in this was just all over the place. Some scenes she's crying, and I'm oh, this is really great. And some scenes she's comes in and she's just reading the most I want to quote dialogue, but
I think it's a script.
It's so
really
wooden though. I don't know. Yeah, it's bad. It's hard to hard to get that stuff across. But I don't know. It's hard. I don't want to blame the actress that much. I felt like I said, 90% of the acting in this movie was pretty good. 10% of the acting was very sitcom-y.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Here's my gripe though.
Okay.
Here's my gripe.
Now we're getting to the
If you came to this movie to see Susan Sarandon.
Okay, but and not necessarily to defend her because I agree with what you're saying, but again,
I didn't say anything yet. yes.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. But like, if this was like an episode of Power Rangers from 1995,
Sure,
would
yeah.
you know what I mean?
She
But, like,
showed up fully committed to do a TV movie. And,
Yeah.
and like, not everyone was on the same page as her. Her dialogue is crazy. You have to stop the boy before he gets the thing. Like, I'm like, bro, what in the world am I hearing right now? And like, her acting, like, talk about phone it in. Oh my God. Like, she phoned in a terrible performance that for like, she probably just assumed, like, does she actually just like not like the material? She just showed up to get a paycheck? Because it's like, man, that's what it feels like.
see, and I don't even think it's necessary. Like, phoned it in, yes, because we know she's capable of more, but also there wasn't that much more to the script. Like, what else is her character's very one note.
She could have given it personality. She didn't give it any personality.
There's like 2 scenes where they try to like make this character more than just one note. And
what? I didn't catch that. What scene?
it's basically the scenes where she's supposed to be caring about like her family.
Sure.
And like even there it's it's still just one note.
Yeah.
That doesn't make or break the movie for me, but
everything having to do with the antagonists and the villains, I thought was pretty.
Again,
was pretty dumb.
I really just think it's a whole movie that you just need to watch through the lens of this is a movie for like 8 to 12-year-olds.
That being said, also we're not Latino men, so like we're not technically the demographic for this. I mean, we like superhero movies, sure, and comic book stuff, like,
And we're not white.
yeah, we're not white, but like I felt like. I think, I mean, I have a Latina girlfriend. I think this definitely hit home for her, and I have a lot of Latino friends, and I think this will hit home for them as well. I do feel like it doesn't just feel like they put an ethnic skin over a comic book movie. They tried to make it feel like everything kind of worked for itself.
You can tell that the director's Hispanic because there's a level of care to those aspects of it that instantly jump out where you're just like, oh, okay, this is not just, they didn't just like paint over, like they didn't write this for white people. And
they really want to hit home with people, and I feel like they did that. So
yeah. I like that.
Would you be looking forward to... First of all, question.
Okay.
And this, I don't think this is a spoiler at all. Is this in the DCEU or in the DCU? What's your answer?
When James Gunn can give me a solid answer to it, I'll have a solid answer to it. But right now, I haven't.
Do you hope it's in the DCU?
I don't know what to expect from the DCU, so I don't know.
I guess what I'm saying is, do you want to see continuation of these characters?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think if I'm James Gunn, I'm not gonna make a better Blue Beetle than this.
I'm not redoing this. You may as well just carry it on. Yeah.
Yeah. I really think that like this was a pretty fun movie. If you're in the mood for like, if you're afraid that you don't want to see like another just generic superhero movie, I still think you should go see this because there's enough nuance. Nuance might be the wrong word. There's just enough fun to be had with this movie. Oh, we didn't even talk about the best part. George Lopez is so good at this. I thought George Lopez is so good, and maybe that'll be like setting him up for failure because you'll go see him like he was just all right.
Yeah.
But George Lopez was like, I said it, we were walking out, I felt like he was doing like a tight 5 for like some of it. He just kind of got up stage and was like just literally doing stand up for half the movie.
I don't know. It's weird because his character oscillates so much.
Yeah.
And I think it's not unique to him, but like there's times where he's like super cartoony, and then times where it's like super serious.
Oh, everybody in the movie though. Yeah, that's the movie.
That's the whole movie. Is just like jumping back and forth. So I could see that like people getting annoyed with that.
If I didn't know that this was originally a streaming movie and is now like in theaters, after watching it, it has that vibe. It definitely has that vibe that like this was a made for TV movie and they beefed it up for theaters. But they succeeded though. Like this isn't a Justice League situation where like it was something that wasn't gonna work and then they totally messed it up. They did a good job.
There's
with this.
There's a lot of good parts to it. I just think overall, I don't know. It never really quite reaches that next level for me, and that might just be a me thing.
I guess I just don't expect DC movies to do that anymore. So maybe that's why.
Maybe that's what it is.
Like
maybe
this for me reached heights. I mean, I think this was better than The Flash. I know
you want to rank it. You want to just score it. We're kind of at that.
Oh, we're gonna rank it with all the DC movies. Let's
just score. Just score.
From the Dark Knight.
Just give it a score.
This is tough. I'm thinking 7. Thinking 7. I think anything else would just be because my love for like the bond that this family had for each other. The movie itself is not great, but it's fun. If you're waiting for streaming, go ahead and wait for streaming. I think when it comes out though, I think people should go out and support this movie though because it does a lot for like representation matters, and when it's done right, I think is really important. Like, I mean, Barbie's not the only movie out here, doing representation right. I think this definitely deserves its flowers.
All right, I'm just gonna go. It's a 6. To me, it's a 6. Okay. It never really rises above. There's a couple good things to it. I can see the argument for why you would like it more. Like I said, like 8-year-old me has given this an 8 or a 9. But I really think that there's how much you buy into the overall camp and tonal shifts and the whole Disney Channel
it is tonally
level of quality. I think that's going to really determine where it falls for you. It's fine. It's a movie. There's some good parts to it. It's a 6.
I could definitely see people hating this movie for sure.
Oh yeah,
I think I think this is gonna have a strong following for sure.
I could see people really loving it, and I could see people just dismissing it. I don't know if there's anyone that's going to like outright hate it. But
we didn't really, just to go back a little bit, we didn't really touch on this. How did you feel about the AI in the suit? Because I felt at first like, okay, I'm glad that they're not giving her too much personality, like the suit too much personality.
Sure.
But towards the end, I'm like, they could have given her a little more personality. Like,
honestly, more than the personality, it was just the sound mixing. I feel like because the suit was talking during a lot of the action sequences,
that's true.
It was kind of hard to hear.
Yeah.
And that's a super like.
Yeah, like maybe we watch it back with better sound mixing. Like, oh man, this suit was just like killing it with the jokes, like 24/7. We didn't even catch it.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I'm 7, you're 6. We're not far off on this. We both, I think, would say that this is a pretty good movie. Like this.
We wouldn't say pretty.
This is a fun time at the.
You would say that.
Cinemas. All right,
it was a movie.
I enjoyed it. You want to take us out?
Thanks for watching, guys. Tune in next week. It's become a thing. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what's
doing,
coming.
But we'll figure it out. We'll see you then.
See you guys.